While staying in Nigeria, new figures have emerged on the total number of people killed by Boko Haram during the group's 8-year insurgency. The governor of Borno State says the death toll could be as high as 100,000. The ISIL-affiliated group is already considered the deadliest in the world. CGTN's Kelechi Mekalam has more.
The latest figures are shocking, 5 times more than earlier estimates. Until now, it's been difficult gaining access into areas in Nigeria's northeast to assess the true extent of the Boko Haram insurgency, and previous tolls were based on media reports. Borno State is the worst affected region in Nigeria. Its governor, Kashim Shettima, says the latest death toll was compiled with the assistance of local leaders.
The Boko Haram insurgency has led to death of almost 100,000 persons, going by the estimates of our community leaders over the years. 2,114,000 persons have become internally displaced as of December 2016, with 537,815 in separate camps.
The numbers are astonishing. Previously, government officials had disputed the figures. This time, though, there doesn't seem to be disagreement from officials.
We will go with the figure that the governor has given, which is about 100,000. Most people who have tried to calculate or tabulate the deaths from Boko Haram have done this by media reports. But it's also very impossible for the media to be able to cover all the deaths that have been recovered so far, all the deaths that have occurred so far, because indeed the Northeast remains a media black hole. So a more conservative figure is 100,000, as Governor Shettima has said.
So likely the number of people killed could be much higher. Boko Haram launched its insurgency in Nigeria's northeast in 2009. At the height of its might, the group controlled large parts of the region, but since then, the army has made great gains against Boko Haram. While authorities say Boko Haram is all but defeated, attacks are still taking place frequently. The terrible toll the group's taken on civilians will be felt for years to come, and the region will need billions of dollars and likely decades to recover. Kelechi Mekalam, CGTN, Abuja, Nigeria.
Well, let's get you some reactions now on those developments coming out of Nigeria. I'm joined live from Lagos by CGTN's Deji Badmus. Deji, let's start first of all with President Buhari's tweet thanking Nigerians for their support during his illness. Now, we know there was a lot of concern over his health. Has this tweet brought on a collective sigh of relief?
Well, Lindy, to be candid, the die-hard skeptics in this country still are not swayed by those tweets. Before those tweets, of course, we have seen pictures of the president. For instance, the Senate president and the Speaker of the House of Representatives were both in London yesterday, and of course, pictures of them and the president was released for everybody to see that the president is okay. But die-hard skeptics are still not convinced. They would rather the president addressed the country by an audiovisual means, so that they'll be able to see him and then be able to tell if he is fine. But of course, the presidency has said the president will soon be back, and that the president is hale and hearty. Those who have gone to see the president, like the president of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, have all said the president is hale and hearty, and that you know, that his illness is not as serious as previously thought. So I wouldn't say that people are relieved. Of course, supporters of the president would be relieved, but the die-hard skeptics are still not swayed at all. They are still not convinced. They'd rather, you know, the president, as I said, spoke or addressed the country now by an audiovisual means. Some people have even suggested he should address the country by means of Skype.
Well, Deji, let's turn to the other news story that we are following there from Nigeria. Of course, that's the worrying reports of Boko Haram being the most deadly militant group in the world, with as many as 100,000 people killed. Just tell us the reaction to that from both aid agencies and ordinary Nigerians to this alarming death toll estimate from Boko Haram.
Well, the reaction so far has been that of shock, but not completely surprising at all, because people had always known that what was reported in the media may just not be accurate. Of course, as Kelechi has been reporting there, that it had been practically, you know, if not impossible now to access some of these areas. And now the Borno State governor coming out with this figure, the new figure of 100,000, and you know, saying that they collated the figure now through the local leaders of the various communities. People are shocked, but people are not surprised at all, because people had always doubted that figure of around 20-something thousand, always released by the media. So it's quite shocking, but not at all surprising. And of course, as Kelechi has been reporting as well, look, this figure might go up. It just might go up, because you have to take into consideration the fact that this insurgency has lasted for around 7 years or so. And if you take into consideration the series of bombings, I mean, Boko Haram bombings we've had between then and now, and you know, that number could as well go higher.
That is certainly worrying indeed. Thank you so much. Deji Badmus live for us there from Nigeria on those latest developments coming out of the country.